Hi, we're Rob and Lynn Packer. We're directors of XP Ministries in New Zealand, and we're really excited just to be able to share a little of our journey and some of the things that we're discovering on our journey in marriage. One of the things that we have found incredibly helpful is to understand the principle of honour. I mean, basically put, honour is simply recognising value and expressing that appropriately. So in honouring another person, you're recognising the value in them and expressing that appropriately. And one of the things that we found was that honour unlocks the human spirit, and that God has planned really for us to live our relationships in an environment of honour. And so when you honour a person, you release them to be everything that they are to you. So, for example, Lynn and I have been married 34 years now, and in the context of that relationship, there's lots of things that we do on an everyday basis. And so Lynn is a brilliant cook. She doesn't think she is, but I think she is. And so she cooks some great meals. She does some housework and some washing. Now,
don't do ironing, though.
No, ironing is off the list for her.
Yep. Off the list.
So what we've discovered is that what you see in a person is what you get. Even like a computer environment, for those of you who are computer literate, the WYSIWYG environment, what you see is what you get. And that's a brilliant analogy for relationships. So, for example, if all that I see in Lynn, or all I will recognise is her ability to cook, do some housework and things like that, that's all that she can be to me in the context of our relationship. Now, of course, there's a lot more to her than just those things, but I have the power to shut her down by dishonour, in other words, by refusing to recognise value and refusing to express that. And she has exactly the same power over me. And so what we've discovered is that as we look for the gold in each other, and as we want to recognise that value and express that just it creates the environment where we are both free to be all that we are to the other person. Any thoughts from you, Samantha?
Yeah, I think for me, that whole thing played out very early in our relationship, and I came up through a childhood of a lot of abuse and had never been honoured as a woman. And when Rob and I first started going out together, he treated me as a woman should be treated. He honoured me, and it totally confused me. I literally would go home from us going out together and I would cry because I couldn't understand why this man would treat me this way. And it took me actually a few months to realise that this is how a woman is supposed to be treated. She's supposed to be treated with dignity and respect and honoured, and the same with a man. And God just did some amazing healing in my life as a result of that, and we've seen that play out over all the years of our marriage. We've seen that that seeing the gold in each other and calling it forth, because that's what honour is really about. You see the hidden treasure inside someone and you prophetically call it forth by recognising it and giving voice to it. And when you do that, it gives them permission to be that. And I can remember back when I wanted to learn to paint, and I thought I'd be no good at painting because I couldn't draw, I thought, and I could do other creative things, but I thought I'd be no good at that. And right from the very start, Rob just was so supportive and said, give it a go, and then, man, you could sell that, and, just all the way through, he just kept pulling out of me things that I didn't know was in me. And so for us, that's been huge, darling? That's, and the same, I'm able to do the same for Rob, encourage him in his music and his teaching ability, and there's things that I think are still in him yet that haven't come out yet. I think there's books in him yet to write and things like that. And So we'll see what God does in the days ahead. But yeah, that's an example of what God's done in that whole area of honour in our lives.